these. I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself.
Okay, Coach. Well, from a place that's officially been recognized as the loudest venue in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium right here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken in after 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Down, 185. 59, right to 59. Yeah, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here.
Although a jet sweep to start the drive. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the Chiefs' 40-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
2 times. Hey, right now. 3 down. Kill. Hey, turn it up. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Carr. He completes it to Bryant. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
It's a gain of 6.
Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
First down, Raiders.
Now, 185. 59. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Kill. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Hey, 734.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on third down. They're hauling it in, Nelson. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now they're not close to the first down.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends. Attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason. And that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. 11 yards there, first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Eric Harris who picks it. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine.
The Chiefs make over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Yellow.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
59. 15. Check 59. I got you.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check back.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Thomas the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
Brings up second and 12. At the 36-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it second down and 12.
All day, every day.
And again, it's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Flushed out right. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not.
Oh, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Corey Legion.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He finds McCoy. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, 3rd best in the league, and they're going again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
On first down, Jacobs. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Chiefs' 23-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Carr. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Corey Liuget picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Attack! Hey, 57, 57. Hey, Ripple is.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Eric Harris who picks it. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's got to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go Chiefs! 694!
Now Carr. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Darren Lee in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A Raider first down, 17 yards. For these Raiders and quarterback Derek Carr, the Chiefs, they have been their kryptonite in the AFC West. With Derek Carr as a starter, just 2-8 against KC, 2-6 before Mahomes became the starter. Well, the road not likely to get any easier anytime soon. Carl come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. At their own 18-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally,
well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 82 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they broke it up.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Carl come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. To throw his Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all. They actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. He finds some open field here. Pass, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. This is caught. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Calvin Ridley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
At their own 37-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. The final shot here before half for Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a two-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Liuget getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Mahomes going to throw. This for his running back, McCoy. And that's McCoy, who is still down following the play. Appears shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59. Hey, 57. Check, lucky.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional.
They've got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play that time for the Raiders. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Down. 180.
Mike is 59. Mike is
102.
Get away. Check 52. Pick the edge.
Here's Jacobs. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Operating from the gun. Carr toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Here's McCoy. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Check 15. Check 15.
15.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down.
Yellow. Check 59. Mike is 59.
Mahomes throwing on fourth.
Here we go again.
And he's going to go down again. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Carr going left on the option. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. We're back now in KC. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. On second down, it's Jacobs, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. The Raiders on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12.
58, come on. Defense wins championships, baby. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, turn away. Down to lose 1.
From the gun, it's Carr. He completes it to Bryant. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
93. Express.
58 for Mike. Not today, Ron.
On first and 10, here's Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jacobs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
You're mine.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Anthony Hitchens in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Go.
Hey, Steve 6.
50, Mike's 50.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Bryant has it. They get 20 yards there on third and 19 and an unlikely first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 13-yard line.
Mike, 58, right there. Here we go, here we go.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. He's at the 50. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. The Chiefs on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. His throw incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mahomes now to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Easy. Come on, baby.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Watkins alone on the left side. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Hey, 57.
They're going for it with the option right. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Switch.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. And he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Let's go, baby. We turn over. Get that ball.
Hey, Ripley.
Check it back.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Eric Harris who picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.